have our handpiece, which has this interesting looking jig, right? So this has patterns on it. You got two cameras on top. I'm gonna calibrate the machine to the case. So you saw me, I planned the case before. Now I need to calibrate the machine so that I can get dynamic navigation. Dynamic means in motion, right? Navigation. So I'm gonna be guided by the machine on the exact precise placement of the implant in the patient. So this is the part that's called calibration, and we're gonna start by calibrating the handpiece. Check out the screen right here, right? So you actually see the patient here, and now when I bring the handpiece in, it's neon. Do you see how it's neon? And it's neon, and it's neon. Very cool, right? So I'm gonna calibrate it, and then you're gonna see a big thumbs up right about when it hits 100%, and it's gonna make a noise. Boom, big thumbs up, all right? So after I calibrate the handpiece, next I need to calibrate the drill bit. So I take this other jig, which is this guy right here, and it has a latch attachment, and I stick it right in the handpiece. And it's interesting because look, it spins, right? It spins. So I'm gonna, again, if you look at the screen right here on the bottom left, right? I'm gonna bring the disc, and the disc is neon, right? And I'm gonna activate the calibration, and I'm gonna start spinning it. So you see it spin, you can come show it here. So I'm just basically putting this thing underneath the cameras, and the machine is calibrating everything. And again, we're gonna see a thumbs up once the calibration is done for that. So we calibrated the handpiece, we calibrated the drill bit. Next, we need to calibrate the actual jig that attaches to the patient's mouth. This is the jig. It's a thermoplastic piece of plastic that you connect to this other jig, which the cameras read and they calibrate it, right? It might feel a little confusing now, but after you do it for a while, it becomes very straightforward and fun. I mean, who doesn't love predictability when it comes to surgery and medicine, right? So I'm gonna connect this guy to this guy right here. And guess what? We use a screwdriver. And we screw it in. It's technology meets medicine at the highest levels in this day and age. Okay, so now this is connected. This part clicks on the patient's tooth. But before we do that, I need to, again, calibrate it. So let's do that. So you see it here, and basically I just put it underneath the camera, and the computer picks it up. And when it's done, you're gonna see a, guess what? Thumbs up. Next, we wanna cross-check, okay? We wanna cross-check between this jig and the drill bit that we calibrated. And that's what it's telling me. It tells me measure drill length, right? It's telling me to measure drill length. And over on the top left here, it's telling me put the tip of the drill on the jig that goes in the patient's mouth. And then we're gonna see how accurate it is. So it's a checks and balances mechanism that's built into the system. I love it. I find it fascinating. There's different drill bits, right? And each drill bit, they have different lengths. So the machine needs to know, if the machine is guiding me how deep to go, which angle, they need to know how long these drill bits are. So the way they do is there's this jig right here. You put it underneath the camera, you take the handpiece, and you put it right in the bullseye, right there. And then it gives me a green light to perform calibration check, because now we know that we have the right length. Oh, it says measure drill length again. So it lost the length. So I need to do it again. And now it's yellow. And now I need to see, it's green and it's very accurate, the top center. Okay. Yep, we're good. That's it. I've calibrated everything. Next thing we're gonna do is start the surgery. So I'm gonna go right here in the top right and press. And here we are ready right now to start doing the surgery.